And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and just for a special treat, we return once more to perhaps one of our most haunted spots, which is Baconsthorpe Castle in rural Norfolk. What's so special about Baconsthorpe Castle was that it is officially a fortified manor house. The distinction is negligible. In the past, if a lord, or in this case an unscrupulous lawyer, wanted to build a castle, he would require special dispensation from the king. Of course, the king would never have permitted a castle to be built here because there's no military purpose for having a castle built here. But anyway, the Heydons went ahead. They built the castle, or fortified manor house, with a curtain wall, with a moat, and with many buildings inside, so it was well protected. And the reason for that was that John Heydon was an unscrupulous lawyer, and he certainly rankled the feathers of quite a few people in the district, people that he may have owed money to, or people of whom he deprived of their liberty or their finances through unscrupulous dealings. As a result, this castle was completed and built, but it would never, for that period of history, have withstood a proper military siege to the site. We're going back to around about 1470s. By that time, the cannon had come into the fore. The cannon, being a much more powerful instrument than a catapult, was easily able to demolish castle walls with the greatest of ease. And so perhaps in its development it was too late for a castle, but certainly it was strong enough to protect the Heydons from being attacked by local barons and other such folk. The Heydons flourished for a couple of centuries. They actually went into sheep rearing and actually cutting wool. The wool was being woven into garments and was being sold across Europe. So for a couple of hundred years they were quite wealthy. But that fame and fortune soon disappeared because the Heydons were absolutely dreadful at managing their money. And so what they had to do, they were forced during the English Civil War to pay some incredibly high debts to the Roundheads or the parliamentarians, principally because Heydons had declared for the royalists. And as the royalists were out of vogue, it was necessary for them to extract their pound of flesh, and so they were forced to demolish part of the castle to sell as building stone or to be used for repairs to churches and such like. And so their fame and fortune gradually slithered away, and eventually it finally disappeared, any connection to this estate, in 1920, when the outer gatehouse, which was previously just a simple gatehouse, had been converted into a beautiful pepper pot house, collapsed on one side. And as a result, the house was ruined, and this estate eventually passed into the hands of the Ministry of Works, who later became known as English Heritage, of which today it is open for people to come and inspect at any reasonable hour. Our intended purpose here tonight is to try and capture further EVP we had a conversation with the last time we were here, where Spirit was shouting about murder. We're hoping tonight that we'll be able to touch base with them again and try and find out what this murder was, because it's obviously very much on their minds in a spiritual sense. We also, last time we were here, just as we were packing our equipment, the whole atmosphere changed in this cell, the room that we're standing at the moment, and it became very, very heavy and very intimidating and very overwhelming, as you can see from this clip here. We're just finishing here. Oh, it's just like a wave of energy, and it came from here.
Ooh, yeah, it is. I mean, it's
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can.
It just came in at that moment.
Strong, but I can certainly feel it. Oh, it's getting stronger now as I come towards where you were.
Is it? Hang on,
Yeah, that's very, very strong, I've got to say.
We're just about to leave.
Yeah.
And it's a ways away, and I felt something very, very strong walk right through me, and Eddie can feel it too, so it's interesting, isn't it?
Through the actual head like that, you can actually feel it quite
just
strong.
As we packed all our gear away, we're just about to walk out the door. Yeah, I've got all my camera gear here, as you can see, and as I was about to leave, I felt it over here, just here. and it was, I can feel it again. And it was like a wave of energy, it just washed over me. Very, very strong, very, very strong indeed. Anyway, we're going to leave you in peace. Thank you. Good night. But on past investigations here, apart from the EVP from the ghost box, we've also captured one or two exciting light anomalies, as you can see here. And tonight, I'm not sure whether we would be likely to capture that type of activity, but you don't know unless you try. And so for this, I brought along my two friends, Pat and Eddie, who are going to assist me in this particular investigation. I just want to touch base with those of you that have discovered my work, have landed on this video, and may or may not have certain thoughts as to what you think this video is about. It is an old-fashioned paranormal investigation. There are no frills, no whistles, no screaming, no shouting, no fake excitement, and no crescendo towards the end. It is as it is. It is honest, it is truthful, and it is as it is being recorded. If you are looking for videos with people shouting and screaming and carrying on in the activity that I've described to you, then you're looking at the wrong type of video. You need to look further afield. We are not reality TV, and it's our hope and intention that you will join us on future investigations as we travel the district, coming across new and unusual and interesting locations to film. But I repeat, and I underscore the word repeat, we aren't here just to provide thrill entertainment. If something exciting happens, it happens because it's spontaneous, because it happened at that moment. It isn't confected. It is as it is. And so if you're the type of person that wants thrills and excitement to run continuously, then you need to move on. If, on the other hand, you are actually interested in real paranormal investigation, then you have arrived at the right video. Well, I hope so anyway. So join us a little bit later as we carry out our investigation of this wonderful site. But before I do, just one or two words from my dear friends Pat and Eddie. Eddie, could you step over? Thank you very much for joining us here tonight.
Hey, Baconsthorpe, can't miss this one, can we?
Absolutely not.
Awesome place.
I touched on the fact that last time we were here, we were picking up on the ghost box, voices saying murder, bloody murder, and even effing murder.
That was amazing, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
And the year before.
There's obviously something that went on here. Let's just hope we might be able to uncover a little bit of that.
Well, it would be nice if they could tell us who was murdered here for a
I
kick-off,
don't
wouldn't
think
it?
they're going to do that, Chris.
Well, we never know. And of course, if we go back very quickly to Borough Castle, you spoke to your family members there.
That's amazing.
Didn't happen so much at Tunstall,
No.
but we did pick up a few bits and pieces. And I think your name was mentioned once as Eddie or Ed. But other than that, we didn't really get anything further from them,
I
did
think
we?
it was phenomenal what we got at Tunstall.
But we didn't get your family, though.
Not the family, but the Beck family.
Yes, they made reference to a family of the name of
They are
Beck.
from Tunstall and Harvergate, and they're two main names.
Or Hell's Gate.
Oh, Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate.
From Hell's Gate I came. Which is now Harvergate.
Eddie should have been an actor on the stage, really. He's got the persona of an actor, the great voice, the bellowing voice, the persona, the beard, and the antler stick. It's funny, you know, I was reading comments on some of the Amazon videos. People were saying, none of us are like to each other. We're all completely different.
Yeah,
And
that's
yes,
what it should be.
of course we are, because it's intended to be that way. But the most important thing, our physicality might be different, but as far as our intents and purposes and friendship is concerned, there's no difference at all.
Absolutely.
So anyway, impressions tonight so far.
Well, first of all, I was there just as you were setting up, and I did get a very strong feeling, and it was almost to the point of being like what we picked up at the end
Oh, right.
of the last one. It got stronger and stronger, but now that's sacked away. So hopefully it might comes back. I don't know, but we just can only hope.
Well, that evil impression that we had when we were leaving last time.
That's what it was like.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if he's going to come back.
The name I got was Thomas. very strong headache. I don't know if there's been a Thomas about that.
As long as it's not Thomas a Becket.
I don't think so.
But yes, this is a fairly magnificent place to go to.
Oh, God.
And it's one of the few places where we go to outside where we've actually got a roof over our heads. Which makes a big change, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
So, well, anyway, we're looking forward to something pretty exciting tonight, I hope, and what we're going to capture.
I'm hoping we're getting some really good stuff, quite frankly. For more, I want to know more about this jewel.
Oh, the jewel you mentioned before, it came up, didn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
it came through, and the jewel, and that, I'd love to find out more about that one.
And the other thing as well, we've also got to be mindful of, when we're talking about EVP, there are a number of wild animals living here, aren't there, that give off some very strange sounds.
There is a wonderful pond just outside, and I mean, say Pat, this afternoon, she was listening to moorhens. And moorhens can make some of the most wildest sounds that you can possibly imagine. And I was sort of like, what's that? It's a moorhen. What's that? It's a moorhen.
So we've got to be mindful of that, I think.
And then you've got herons out there. They can make a top noise out.
Oh, I've heard them here.
And then, hopefully for Pat, we're going to get some owls calling.
And foxes, of course.
That could be. Yep.
Okay, well, Pat's here. Let's bring her over and get her impressions. Thanks for that, Eddie.
Okay.
Hello.
You step just over where I am here, Pat. That's
Hello.
it.
Hello.
Anyway, Pat, what do you think of this place?
Beautiful, magnificent, picturesque, beautiful lake, swans. What more can you ask for?
Impressions spiritually?
In the gatehouse, I felt there was something in there.
Did you hear voices, I believe you said earlier?
Yeah, children, young children playing, like laughter.
And do you know what? This is absolutely gospel. On some investigations here, people have heard the voices of children.
No, and I didn't know that until you just said.
So yes,
Yeah.
that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it will be. If they come up on the EVP.
Oh, absolutely. And this is the first time you've ever been
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I was
So
excited.
you're greatly impressed by it.
Yeah, very. I heard so much about it and I'm really excited.
Well, let's hope tonight we are going to get something really, really fantastic. And I'm pretty sure that we will, because I think that the three of us working together tends to draw through a lot of good energy.
Yeah, it does.
And we get some good results from that,
Yeah,
don't we?
Yep.
And even your place we did, do you remember?
Yeah, we did,
We
yeah.
picked up some great EVP there.
Yeah, that was good.
So anyway, let's, without further ado, carry on with our investigation here tonight. And thank you, Pat, for coming along. It's been really, really great. And of course, in a few seconds, we'll be starting the Ghost Box investigation. Thank you.
You know anything about jewellery? Did someone have any jewellery that went missing?
Yes.
I know that there were two men talking about stealing a jewel. Do you know anything about... Ooh, headache coming in very strong. Do you know anything about this jewel? Beta. Are you the person who was there with the jewel? Sure you believe know about it.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard him say something.
Don't worry. It's late now. Many, many years gone by. Do you work at anywhere near the wool? Do you have anything to do with the work at the wool factory? Just across where they made the wool? Was there a lady overseer who looked after the wool?
Deadwood.
Edward?
Or deadwood to be difficult, yeah.
What did you do? What did you do here? Southern the sea. Richard, I think. Really, let us know. You must have been here for a while. Tell us about yourself. We'd love to know a little bit about yourself.
No telly.
No telling.
This is more contemporary, isn't it?
Yes. So I'm telling you.
Why are you telling me? There's nothing to worry about.
Ask what year, Eddie, because if it's all that telly.
I thought you said I'm telling.
Italian?
No, I said I'm telling.
Oh, I'm telling, sorry.
Yeah, I thought you said I'm telling.
What year is this now? What year is it?
There's a Scottish person there. I think a Scottish accent.
You'll get a few here.
Incredible. What's incredible? All these gadgets. It must look really, really amazing to you from your time of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Continues.
Let's bring Pat over just for a minute, see if that will change the tempo.
Yeah, where's that lady that was down here? You saw it stand there?
Yeah, you're there.
Is that lady there, the one who said she was scared? Can you come forward, please? The lady who said she was scared, can you come forward? Hello? Is the lady there? Is John here? Or Henry? Any of the Heydon family? We wish you no harm. My name's Patricia. Can you tell me your name, please?
There's a cat.
Cat.
Huh? What did he say?
You said there was a cat or something.
There's a
I heard
cat.
there's a catch.
There's a catch. Oh, what's the catch? Are you going to tell me your name?
Oh, I think about it.
This is a lovely house that you had. Would you like living here? Sorry, what was that? Did you like living here?
Next door.
Are there any spirits in this room with us?
I'm next door.
Next door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm next door.
You can't be next door if he's talking to
That's
you
what I
here.
was thinking.
Yeah. Do you want us to go next door?
Fine. Try.
That's right.
What did he say?
He said that's right.
Yeah, okay, we'll be going next door in a minute. Would you like that? Who's the man who said, go next door? Can you tell us your name, please?
This is where we are beginning.
Can you tell us your name?
Last time. Yeah. We're trying to draw this out, yeah.
Can you touch one of us?
That doesn't make you jump. I'm an Eddie and Eddie don't run.
Yep, Eddie's here tonight. And Chris. Do you like us being here? Do you like us being here? Yes? Who was the man who said, come in the next room? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a mist by that window there.
Oh, do you?
Okay, my name is Chris, I'm back again. All we want to do is make friendly and peaceful contact, but we have a number of questions that we wish to ask of you, and we hope that you're not offended in answering them for us. Who is the murderer? Who committed the murders here? Can we speak to the murderer? Who is the murderer? Burgess.
Yes.
You sound like that.
Are you Burgess? Who was Burgess? Who was Burgess? What was his connection here? You're not being very forthcoming here tonight. We came here a year ago and you spoke about a bloody murder. And you spoke about he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. So who was Burgess? Can anyone tell me, please? Did Burgess live here? Am I talking to one of Burgess's victims?
Ian.
Ian?
That's what I thought I heard.
Ian? Is your name Ian? Wait for the military aircraft. Jeez, that's low.
It's a heavy one. It's got a check on here.
Just for the camera, we have a very large, low-flying military aircraft. It's probably American, on one of the bases nearby. It's almost gone now. Okay, what we're trying to do here, when we were here last time, as I mentioned earlier, we were contacted by a spirit who were talking about murder. Someone committed a murder. We asked who the murderer was and we got the name of Burgess. But we don't know exactly what Burgess did here, other than the fact that he murdered people. Can anyone add some light to this, please? I appreciate it's difficult using the white noise from this device to turn those sounds into words. You can draw on that white noise and you can use that sound to create words. So could someone tell me something about the murders, please? Can someone tell me about the murders? Sorry, you broke up there. Could you repeat that, please? We just want you to tell us who the murderer or the murderers were and what the crime was that they committed. The murder, I know they killed somebody, but how and why did they do that? I'm feeling a little bit overshadowed, feeling a bit nauseous.
I know.
You said I know.
Oh, she's probably draining you.
Can you stand back, please? Okay, I'll ask again. Who is the murderer? Is his name Burgess? And how did Burgess murder people?
Definite suspend.
Was this over money? Was this over jewels? You know, you're being very evasive at the moment, aren't you? I'm not sure whether you're doing this purposely or... Who is the negative one that dwells here? Who is the evil one?
Oh,
Must be John.
It must be John, is that what they said?
Yeah.
I heard John.
I think he said it must be John.
It must be John.
Who is John?
The evil one.
Who is John the evil one?
Is it John Heydon?
Was it John Heydon?
Yes. I said yeah.
Was it John Heydon? We haven't got confirmation on that, so I just wondered if you could fill that in for us, please. Murder is a terrible crime, and it's a terrible crime to allege that someone has committed murder if they haven't. So perhaps someone could tell me something about this bloody murder? Can I ask a question now? Is the steward here, please? Could I speak to the steward? Could you tell me a little bit more about yourself, please? Someone whistling now.
I just heard that.
Come over here, Pat. We'll both do this.
Who's whistling? Who's doing the whistling?
Who's whistling?
Where's John? Is John the murderer? Is that John Heydon?
Left hook in his.
Who saw him?
Not sure.
You have to
not
wait till
sure.
you play it back.
Yeah, I've got to review it. That's again, as we've always said, the problem with EVP from the ghost box is that sometimes we actually miss what they're saying because it's either clouded by other sound or it's too quiet for us to actually hear it. Is there any pleasant person here tonight in spirit who would like to talk to us, please? Can we speak to some nice people?
Sounds like they're all negative tonight.
Yeah.
We talked about.
Yeah, are there any ladies here?
Where's the lady who was here earlier?
Oh, no.
What's our lady? Because there was a lady earlier. She said
Unless
she was
it's
scared.
Eddie's moving around, it might have made a noise that sounds like no, I'm not sure. Are there any ladies here tonight? Yes.
Yeah. There is
Could we
one.
speak to one of the ladies, please?
Can the lady tell us her name?
Sorry, we didn't hear that. I do apologise.
What was the lady's name? There's a lady trying to get through, but males that are not
There's a lot of male voices, yeah.
She's overshadowed by all the males. Can the lady come forward, please?
Please don't be shy. You can speak to us freely. We can't hurt you, we can't touch you in any shape or form. We have no intentions of doing so, but just to underscore the fact that we have come here in peace. We haven't come here to cause malice. But there is a lot of malice here, isn't there?
There's a lot of negativity, isn't
A
there?
lot of negativity. Can we speak to one of the ladies, please, or are you being stopped from speaking?
Annie or something.
I thought you said no, but again, I'll have to review that.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Yeah?
What, did you just shout out?
I didn't.
Oh, we heard you call.
We heard you call.
You shouted out.
Can't think of anything else.
Were you speaking at all in the room?
You shut that door because
Yeah.
We know we had a voice shouting out and sounded like you.
Can't think of saying anything. I went in there, changed the batteries of the camera,
Yeah.
and then after that I went over and picked up the camera.
it's another military aircraft flying over.
I'd be interested when you hear it,
Yeah.
but I'd be able to say whether I said it or not.
Very quickly, when we were talking to Spirit on the Ghost Box, Eddie was next door checking his camera, and we both heard what we thought was Eddie's shout out.
Yeah, I thought it was it. That's why I looked. I went over and had a look.
He said it's gone, it's gone. He said something
Yeah.
like it's gone.
It's gone.
She already didn't say that anyway.
Okay, we might have heard Spirit impersonating Eddie's voice and saying something,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping is recorded on the camera, which sounded like he's gone or it's
Yeah.
gone.
It
So,
sounded like Eddie's voice.
yeah, it did.
Something evil.
It was your voice, Eddie.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Someone used your voice.
I can't remember saying anything.
Why would you have shouted anyway?
Hey?
Did you have any reason to shout?
Nope. Well, I didn't shout.
Oh,
No, this was loud.
this is very, very weird.
If I did say something, it would be just the actual camera batteries are gone. But I can't remember doing so.
Okay, let's get back to the box. Eddie, come over and join Pat this time.
Yes, they've got to put the camera down.
Yeah, I'll stand out of this and let you and Eddie talk, and then I'll come over and we'll work it between us again. You can see yourself in the viewfinder there, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I was asking if that lady, because there's a lady out here. It sounds like she's been stopped by all the male spirits. They're not letting her through.
Did you just say my voice? Impersonate me?
Wow,
Say yes.
heard a shout.
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Oh, the lady's back.
The lady's back. She
Hello
looks
again.
like you. She likes you. She likes it.
What are you doing up there then? Are you having fun?
Fun, she said fun.
Are you finding it interesting in what we're doing?
That was that lady's voice. Sounded quite hard.
What year is it? You might have said, would you like to ask a question? What year is it? Can you tell us what year it is? Do I remind you of somebody? Somebody that worked here? I don't know what that was.
Oh, it's sure there's a woman now.
Ask about the murders again, Eddie. 'Cause that...
What was your name?
Ed.
Ed? You just said Ed. did.
It sounded like it, didn't it?
That was a really deep voice, I said.
Yeah.
Bird.
You sound like... Is your name Ed? If it is, it's a good name.
No, I think it's calling you. He said,
There's a bad smell in here now.
I had a strange smell here.
Yeah.
It was like bread.
Just came over, it's a horrible smell.
It's now. What's this about the murder? Did you commit the murder?
was it John who committed the murder?
There was a voice there, proper EVP, came through, that's a woman. Went, just now.
Will it show on the camera?
Hopefully.
Well, what happens is we were at the old abbey ruin on the marshes with the tower.
Yeah.
And it was definitely EVP coming over on top of the ghost box, which we didn't hear.
Oh, that's
Indeed.
good. Might come on.
And in here, we hear loud noises like things crashing.
Yeah.
But we don't hear it obviously now,
Yeah.
but we might hear it on tape.
Did you just move your hand like that?
When?
Just now?
No. I haven't had my
Therefore,
pocket.
there was a very nice, or went right away in between,
Oh.
No, I've got my
in
hand
between
my
us.
pocket. Oh, you can see it.
Yeah, I just
right.
had to turn to the actual camera, and now it's like a white ball, went straight
Yeah.
away through the middle
Oh,
of
we'll
us.
check that.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Let's talking to the lady, did you have a lover?
Who she is, this lady?
I don't know, but
Did
they
you get
just
any names?
they were just then calling some very, very strange names.
Did
just
you have
then.
any names when you came here today? Did you pick up any ladies' names?
No, I got. Is there a Thomas here?
Oh yeah, there's a man.
Is there a Thomas here?
Say, I've got that.
I think they say something like you're out of luck.
Oh, you're right.
There's definitely a conversation taking place.
Yeah. There's no Thomas. Huh?
Are you having a good conversation between yourselves there? Great to hear. Oh, you don't want to say that.
Can you show us another orb on the camera, please?
Second.
Secret.
Secret.
I think so.
And the bad smell's back again.
Yeah, I can smell that. It's not anything to do over there, is it? Or the marshes or it's not marshes.
Well, it shouldn't in that way.
The
It smells like a
cow field?
dirty, filthy, musty smell. Can I ask you a question, please? Is there anybody in this room right now who does not wish for us to be here? Would you rather we stay or would you rather we go?
Go away.
Is that what you just said? No
So,
way.
So who died here? Who was murdered here? Who was murdered here?
Some rumbling sound there.
Yeah. Are they buried here? The person who was murdered, are they buried here?
Did you put them in the moat?
Oh, it could have been put in the lake, couldn't it? Did they drown?
Did
that-
you?
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, go on, go on.
Did you put them in the moat? Well, that's a yes. But
They're in the mud.
I did hear a yes. So if you know that's in the moat, it must be you that done the murder.
Ed,
Ed!
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. Somebody keeps saying Ed.
Yeah.
who's trying to communicate with Ed? Who's speaking, please?
Yours.
So he's listening. Intently. I just find it interesting what you have to say to us.
Your name comes out a lot, doesn't it?
Seem to.
Is there anybody here who wishes great malevolence upon us?
Doing something.
Are there any children here, please? Can we speak to the children?
Where's the children that were here earlier?
Yeah.
You find it interesting of what we're doing? Or do you not care?
Are there any members of the cloth here tonight?
Coach.
He said, oh shit.
Yeah.
Any members of the cloth? Any members of the clergy? Why can't we talk to the children?
Or the lady.
Or the lady? Why can we only speak to men? What hideous crimes were committed here, please? Can you tell us? We know about Burgess, but who did Burgess kill? Or was Burgess the victim? Secrets.
Oh, the secrets.
What other secrets are hidden in these walls? What other secrets are there to be discovered? We haven't come here to cause any kind of harm to you. We haven't come here to be rude to you, to insult you. We've come here to look for answers to questions that were posed the last time we were here. Are there any Irish or Scotsmen here, please?
I had a Scottish accent there.
Yeah, I just want to find out about
Irish as well.
Any Irish or Scottish people, please?
man that was on here earlier.
There's a deep voice there. Pat here, she is of Irish extraction, her parents were Irish.
Are there any Irish people?
Amateur ranks.
Oh, Northern Ireland accent is then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll check that out when I go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, it's Northern Ireland, you said it's only Irish and...
Is anyone from the north?
Is there anyone from Northern Ireland?
Could you do an impression of me?
Who was the person that did the impression of Eddie?
Let's hear you do it. I'd like to hear you do it. Let me hear your impression of me. It's a lady back.
Yes.
Irish.
Irish again, yeah, that's Irish.
Yeah, all right, you're the Irish man. What's your name, please? Who's the Irish man? I'm Irish.
And I've got Irish blood too. Any people from Cork, Southern Ireland, here please? Anybody from Dublin?
Sound like frightening.
Frightening.
Are you frightened of us? I hope to God that you're not.
The lady said she was scared earlier, didn't she?
Good.
Do you believe in God? Does anybody believe in God?
I know what that was. Interesting. I like her voice.
Yeah, she has a nice voice.
Go on to a lady, you've got a beautiful voice.
Well look, we haven't got long to be here and we really are trying to establish one or two answers to questions which would appear that we're not going to get a result for. So we just wondered, is there anything you wish to share with us? You know, this is your opportunity to speak.
Yes.
Yes.
What would you like to share with us? So smarty pants. Come on. You let us know. But you think I'm stupid? I love that. Well done. That's a beautiful
Thank you, that was
reply.
good.
Sorry, I
love
missed that.
that.
I was checking that call.
I said about could you tell? And you said you think I'm stupid. I love that. That was so good. Well done.
We don't think anybody is stupid, but we think that some people are holding secrets which they could share with us. We wanted to know about these murders, but no one wants to talk about them.
They're keeping it a secret.
Next.
Next, yeah. What next question?
Yeah, so let's move on from there. So, okay, so you don't want to talk about the murders. Yeah, for the last 2 years we've been here, you wanted to talk about murders. So what's prompted you not to talk about murders? Do you find it boring? Are there any lords or ladies here tonight?
Like,
We know people slept rough here too. We know people lived in these ruins. Are any of you folk here tonight?
Yes. Ooh. That's interesting.
What's that?
Bondage.
Oh yeah, you just said it again.
Bondage?
Bondage?
Yeah, but are we talking about bondage in the sense of being forced to work as a slave, or are we talking about bondage as part of a contract, you know, where you're bound by the contract?
Or are you talking about God?
Bounded would be grounded then, surely.
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Does anyone here believe in God? Does anyone believe in Satan?
Sin something.
Does anyone believe in good and evil? Strange, isn't it? We're not, I don't know.
It's very strange. The person who was murdered, did you tie them up?
Okay, we've got to go very shortly, so is there anybody who wishes to speak to us about anything, please? Are there any gay people here tonight?
Lots of gay people.
You just said lots of gay people.
Lots of gay people. Really?
How did you get away with that then?
Brilliantly.
Brilliantly.
Brilliantly. Wow.
So are we talking to a gay man?
Do you have gay parties here?
Could have been.
You said too obvious.
It could have been. It could have been gay parties.
We're getting more of a reaction from that, so we should
Be
pursue
wild.
that.
Could be while the lady weren't not heard so much
Yeah.
wrong.
Seems to be all name, doesn't it? Maybe it was used as a gay porn at one time.
Can anyone who is gay here, who spoke about this, anyone who is gay, could you tell me about yourself, please?
Oh my God.
What?
Was it a gay person that was murdered?
Eddie said, was it a gay person who was murdered? Lovely. What's lovely?
Because there's all men on there tonight, and when you start talking about gay, they all start coming forward.
So that we might be actually touching on a nerve here.
Yeah. I wonder if it was used by gay men to meet up at one time.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We're using the modern parlance for what we're talking about, somebody who's homosexual. So to make sure, not the old word, gay meaning happy, were there any homosexual people who died here? Okay, we're going to wrap this up now. I think that we've been here long enough tonight. We've given you the opportunity to try and communicate with us, and we know how difficult it is. Good boy.
Good boy.
They don't really want to chat too much tonight, do they? They're not letting on any secrets, are
No, they said they got secrets, but they're not going to tell us what they are.
I think we probably
But they did say quite a bit. They did reply.
very much so. I think
Yeah.
we got wrong and murdered too quickly,
Yeah.
and that's what sort of.
Burgess.
They didn't like being quizzed about the murders, did they?
I wish you could understand who was then responsible for it.
Yeah.
I will just ask, did you know about a murder? Stupid.
Stupid.
Just think
That's nice.
They said, oh, you're on about being murdered.
Okay, I think we'll wrap it up. Look, for those in spirit, thank you very much for allowing us to be here tonight, to be able to communicate with you. We really do appreciate that, and we thank you for just being here for us.
Yes, thank you for all your replies.
So I say to you all, good night and God bless. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We've had an interesting session here with the Ghost Box, and certainly we've had some good interactions. And as always, until I've actually reviewed the video, I haven't really got a clue what we've actually got. We've heard one or two names mentioned, the name Burgess, for example, who was either the victim or the murderer. The man who spoke about murders last time had a very deep voice, and we think he just chipped in at the end, but he's certainly not talking to us tonight, so we've not really made any progress there. And of course that might change when I have actually reviewed the video from this particular investigation, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Eddie?
I thought it was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very good on the EVPs and that, I think. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think there's going to be some interesting stuff come out on there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed myself tonight. It's a beautiful place, and we've got great responses on the Ghost Box.
I have to say very quickly, Patricia, Pat has been
I will just say quickly
yeah.
that just before they went over to Pat, there was a voice.
All right,
There's a
okay.
voice.
We'll see if it's on the camera still.
Yeah, I'm really hearing them children's voices earlier.
I just say very quickly, because we've got to go, but just very quickly on Pat, she's certainly been a great asset, I think, for our investigations.
That's a nice thing to say.
Yeah, and really pleased to have you on board with us, Pat.
Thank you for taking us
No, it's
to
been
all
a
these
pleasure.
lovely places.
So anyway, we are going to wrap things up now, pack all our equipment away, which will take about another 20 minutes, and make our way back. It's going to take me around about 3 hours to get home, maybe a bit longer tonight. My little friend Poppy the dog, she's staying in Suffolk with my brother, so she's got to be picked up en route, and then we got to drop Pat off, and then Eddie, and you live in Brandon, and then I've got to drive back to Essex, so it's quite a journey.
It's a lot of driving. You've been driving
A lot of
all
driving.
day.
But in any case, thank you very much for being here, and thank you for joining in with our investigation here. Very, very pleased. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
See, the trouble is, the ledge is right for that, but you've got this dip, so it makes it difficult. Yeah. Right, let's try again. See, the trouble is, the ledge is right for that, but you've got this dip, so it makes it difficult. Yeah. See, the trouble is, the ledge is right for that, but you've got this dip, so it makes it difficult. Yeah. Right, let's try again.